guys, and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. So happy to have you here with me today. Now, today's reading will be a mid-monthly reading for the month of March 2018. So really focusing on the last couple of weeks of the month, from the 15th through the end of the month, but specifically looking at the areas of career and finance and love and relationships. For the career and finance portion of the reading, I'll be using the Wheel of the Year Tarot deck by Scarabeo, and I'll pull an oracle card from the Sacred Traveler deck, and that's by Denise Lynn. And for the love and romance relationships part of the reading, I'll use the Good Tarot deck by Colette Baron-Reid, and we'll pull an additional oracle card from Romance Angels Oracle card deck by Doreen Virtue. Just a reminder, these are general readings. The messages may or may not resonate with you. I would encourage you to watch not just your sun sign reading, but also your moon and your rising sign. That way you will get, a more complete overview of what's going on for you during the last 2 weeks of the month. And obviously the only way to get a truly personalized reading focusing on you and what's going on in your life right now would be to get a private reading from me. If you're interested, take a look at my site, changingphasestarot.weebly.com. And there you'll find all of the pricing as well as the types of videos that I offer, the video readings. Or you could email me at changingphasestarot@gmail.com. Right, so once again, thank you so much for being here with me, and I will see you in 1 second for your reading. Bye for now. Hi Gemini, hope you're doing well. I'm here to get into your mid-month reading for March 2018, focusing on career and finance and love and relationships. So we'll start off with the career and finance portion of the reading, okay? So in the past position, the energy as we head into the last 2 weeks of the month of March, we have the Eight of Pentacles. In the present position, the Magician. This is number 1 of the Major Arcana. And in the future position, as we head out of March into April, the Ace of Wands. And the overall energy for the last 2 weeks of the month, you have Major Arcana number 17, the Stars. So, and I'll just show you this. I'll give you the full meaning for this oracle card at the end, but the oracle card from the Sacred Traveler deck, you have miracles. Expect the wondrous to emerge. And this card definitely seems to go along with the rest of your career and finance reading. I mean, what a beautiful reading you have here. Okay, starting off with the overall energy for the period. Okay, you have the Star card. So this is the, this is divinely guided, divinely blessed. Whatever is going on in your career, with regards to finances, there's a lot of divine intervention at play here. Okay. And the Star card, it's all about intentions. It's, setting your intentions, putting them out into the universe, and then having those intentions that have been set, or those, whatever those wishes were, having them come true. Okay, so this is a very beautiful card. So if there, if you have been wishing, or, if you have been wanting a change, for example, in your career, if you have been wishing for a promotion, if you have been wishing for, a pay increase, a new career, moving into a new position, whatever your intentions, whatever you put out there, this is this card speaks of hope, of new things, right? It speaks of trusting in destiny. It speaks of a new future for you. It's a card of it's a card of new things, but abundance in whatever those new things are, So, and I mean, that's kind of, it's just repeated here in the other cards, but this is a beautiful card to have. Whatever is going on is divinely blessed here. I mean, that's not much more than you can say about the Star card. It is also a card of healing. It's a card that brings, new inspiration. It's a card that brings, it brings renewed hope. Again, lots of divine intervention at play here. So I'll go through the reading and then tie in the Star card. But in general, I mean, this is a beautiful card to have as the overall energy, right? It's a card of great inspiration and, just things being, whatever's going on, it's definitely blessings, positive blessings here. In the past position, the Eight of Pentacles, this is earth energy, and it has to do with typically the work that you do, the money that you earn for the work that you do, right? The Suit of Pentacles, it has to do with things here in the material realm, right? So things we can touch and feel, the tangible things here in the material realm. The Eight of Pentacles many times is referred to as the Apprentice card, and you can see that the man here, he is, he's working very hard, right? He's managed to accrue quite a bit of wealth there. He has the 8 coins next to him, but he is very focused on being the best at whatever he does, and so this sits in the past position. This could have been, you just over, the past few weeks, couple of months, you've really been working very hard, possibly putting in overtime hours, just, working hard to be the best at what you do, if this is you, like if you have your own business, this has just been you working very hard at this, business and starting to see positive results from, from what you have, from all the hard work that you've put into it. If this is you working in a company, this has just been you, working very hard, keeping your nose to the grindstone, working overtime hours. Sometimes the Eight of Pentacles has to do with it's mastering your craft. So it requires you getting some additional training, you taking an additional course. So for some of you, you might have done some on-the-job training. You might have, gone to like a college or a community college, done some type of certification that will help you move up within the company. But it's all about you being very focused on the task at hand, Which brings you here, I mean, in these last 2 cards, you have the Magician followed by, this is the number 1 card, followed by the Ace of Wands, which is another number 1 card. So new beginnings, blessed new beginnings, divinely timed, new beginnings. The Magician, this is, yes, it has to do with the universe, but it's very much about, you having everything within your grasp, everything you need to accomplish what you are setting out to accomplish. Also, you partnering up with the universe. So it's you, yes, using your own skills, but also harnessing the power of the universe, and trusting in the universe and harnessing all of that positive energy to begin whatever this new thing is, right? This is an extremely powerful card. The Magician, you see that, let me hold this up so you can see her. So she has on the table in front of her, she has all 4 elements, right? So she has everything right in front of her to accomplish whatever it is that she is setting out to accomplish. In this particular deck, the Magician is actually the daughter of the goddess, right? She's a female on this card, and she is all about new things. So it's the new beginning. It's new skills, right? New beginning a new job. And we do have this Ace of Wands is the outbound energy. This could just be, you really manifesting now here in the present, you putting to use all of the, what you have been working so hard at, what you've been learning, and then putting that to use to begin, have this new beginning. And the Ace here as the outbound energy as you leave the month heading into the month of April, excuse me, it speaks of new beginnings. And generally with wands, this can be a new job. This can be a new creative project. This can be a new endeavor, partnering up with people. Possibly it's new, right? And it's something that you feel very passionate about. You're very excited about. It's, you're going to be victorious, whatever this new thing is. And aces are always yes cards. Aces are always divinely blessed things that come in. So, for example, the Ace of Wands, if this is a new job, there's divine timing at play. You needed to gain all of this knowledge and experience, maybe, for this new job offer coming in, or new, project or opportunity coming in for you. You wouldn't have gotten it if you hadn't have done all of this, if you hadn't have put in the effort, if you hadn't have put in the hard work, because it's brought you this, or you will be arriving at this new wonderful beginning as you leave the month of March. And it's all about new undertakings, right? Possibly decisions, um, new creative endeavors, new creative projects, right? And you see here in this particular deck, it's called the Spark of Summer. Yes, this ace. And you see, there's actually a little spark there, and there's this wreath, like almost reminds me of the Six of Wands, the victory card, and being crowned with this laurel of victory. So whatever this new beginning is, you're going to feel very excited, very passionate about it. It's going to bring you, you have the star card guiding you here, this beautiful energy of new beginnings, and of, blessed new beginnings. That for some of you, there could be news of a new job, again, new opportunity. So if you have, if you had been applying for different positions here, maybe you were working hard at work and applying for promotions, or applying for a new position within the company, or even outside of the company, you are just manifesting, and, these new things are coming in. And, like I mentioned at the beginning, this miracles card here, it really does go along very well with the message for the career and finance, because let me read you the full meaning for the card here. It says, just around the bend, a miracle is waiting to happen. Release fear and uncertainty, and majestic wonders wait to unfold for you. Watch for them and embrace them. Some come in an unlikely form. Trust that all is unfolding for your highest good. Expect miracles in your life. Sacred Traveler wants you to know, what is expected tends to be realized. The more you become aware of the small marvels in your life, the more they will grow in magnitude. Celebrate and cherish them when they appear, no matter how small they may seem. What others see as ordinary, the Sacred Traveler sees as wondrous. Look at your life in a new way. Let go of fear and expectations, and allow the Creator to solve your challenges in mysterious and wondrous ways. Don't limit the way you think miracles can appear in your life. All is well. And again, with so many cards here that speak of, divinely blessed things coming in, divine timing, partnering with the universe, manifesting. There's definitely a lot of wonderful new things coming in, blessed new things. So beautiful message as far as work and finance goes. So let's move on, changing gears here, looking at the love, relationships, friendships, romance portion of the reading. So we have in the past position, Messenger of Fire. In the present, we have another messenger, Messenger of Air. This would be the Knight in the traditional tarot. So Knight of Fire, Knight of Wands in the past position, Knight of Air or Swords in the present. And then the outbound energy, Six of Water, Six of Cups. And the overall energy for the next couple of weeks, we have the Chariot, Major Arcana number 7. And from the Romance Angels deck, we have Express Your Love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Okay, so beginning with, let's take a look at the Chariot card, okay, as it's the overall energy, and then we'll go through and see how it ties in with the other cards here. So the Chariot is a major arcana, and out of the 4 cards here, it's the only major arcana that you have for the love and romance portion. And it's a victory card, it's a forward movement card. It's you taking the reins, being very much in control of what is going on. over the next couple of weeks with regards to your relationships and love, right? You can see that in this particular deck, you see the woman is shown here, and she's controlling light and dark forces, representing the opposing forces, the light and dark, yin yang. She has complete balance and control over everything, and she's not even using reins, right? She is very much in control of where she's heading. She knows what she wants. She knows, where she wants to head, where she wants to go in this Chariot card. And it's a victory card. It also has to do with, sometimes it can have to do with moving, right? Actual movement. It's like a forward movement card, moving to a new location, moving across land, since it is, the Chariot, so moving somewhere at a distance, but across land. Other times it can have to do with you sort of understanding how many obstacles you've kind of faced and overcome, and and feeling very good, understanding how those trying, if we look at it as far as relationships, how all those trying and difficult relationships have made you stronger, have brought you to where you are right now in your life, right? Have made you the person that you are today. And even though, that there might have been some difficult periods and difficult relationships, and it might not have always been easy for you, you faced everything and you've taken control, and you are now in this position of feeling very powerful, of being in control of where you're heading in life, what relationships you're going to get into now, where you're heading, what your goal is, and you're feeling good about that. But this is also a card of victory. So whatever you are attempting as far as new relationships, there's a definite sense of victory surrounding that. So let's see how that plays in with the other cards here. So we have in the past position the Messenger of Fire, and like I said, that would be the Knight of Wands. We know that when we have court cards in the reading, we do have two of them here. So Knight of Wands and then the Knight of Swords. They can actually be people that are playing a significant role in our lives over the next, for example, 2 weeks, right? We're looking at the last 2 weeks of the month. If so, then typically this would be like a middle-aged fire sign individual, right? It's not gender specific, so male or female, but usually like a middle-aged Sagittarius or Aries or Leo, okay, for the Knight of Wands. And then in the present could be, a middle-aged water sign individual, so either a Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, male or female, okay? You could have two people you've been dealing with here. One in the past, one sits in the present. If so, then usually, this Knight of or Messenger of Fire, the suit of fire itself has to do with intention. It has to do with action. It has to do with our sort of how we deal with the daily matters in life. It's how we turn our thoughts into action. So it's intention, right? It's intention into action. It also has to do with work that we do, creative projects, our own drive, determination, passion, right? And then with this individual, the suit of air has to do with our thought, right? So it has to do with its mental energy, cerebral energy. It's our intellect. It's how we communicate with others. It's how we plan and how we express those plans. It's our thoughts, okay? So, again, we could have people here, right? If so, then typically this, the Knight of Fire or Knight of Wands is somebody who, well, the Knights usually come in to act on things, okay? So they are, the pages typically bring in messages, and then the Knights come in, and sometimes they can bring news of things, but they also act on the news, so they usually come in to act on something. So this person is very creative, is very determined, quite headstrong, kind of very unstoppable, once they set their sights on something, they really charge after it. It's fast-paced energy. Out of all of the Knights, we have two fastest pace nights here. So we have the of fire and of air. This could have been sitting in the past position for some of you. There could have been news of something coming in, right? Something to do with could be a job. This could be a new creative endeavor. But it's, something that came in quite quickly. This could have been something, usually this night, he or she comes in to act very quickly. So there could have been a situation, that you were dealing with, you were called to act very quickly. It's interesting because the 2 pages, I don't know if you can, probably can't see it. Let me hold them up again. So they're sitting next to each other, but you see how they're kind of, sorry for the glare, these cards are very shiny. No, you can't see, sorry. Doesn't help, does it? But they're looking at each other. So it's almost like in the present, this messenger of air is kind of looking, but she almost has her eyes closed here. She's looking kind of wistfully back here at this messenger of fire who is staring at her, quite intently. So there could be some connection between this messenger of fire and messenger of air, possibly. Obviously, you, Gemini, you're an air sign. So this could be you either dealing with another air sign or you're dealing with a fire sign. The messenger of air is very quick, right? It's kind of, on the negative side, this Knight of Air or Knight of Swords can come across be quite aggressive. But, for the most part, this Knight of Swords comes in quite forcefully, is very smart, somebody who's quite intelligent and uses his or her intellect to communicate, to, deal with a situation, to resolve conflict. And this deck doesn't show the person with a sword, but usually this knight has, the sword drawn and is ready for action, even though there isn't really anything going on that would require that knight to, to be attacking or to, to go to battle. But the person is very prepared. So, but it's interesting because like I said, in this deck, it's almost like she has her eyes closed and she looks kind of like in this dreamlike state here. So there might be something about, looking back on whatever this, you needed to act on quite quickly here. In the present, you're going back, you're rethinking things, you're looking back on this decision, before moving forward, which is interesting because in the, the forward or the future position here, we do have a card that speaks of, the past or looking back, because the Six of Water, it's a card of nostalgia. It's a card of either dealing with people from the past, a place from our past, our childhood, the childhood place where we grew up, the home where we grew up. It's a card that, it does have quite a lot to do with, looking back and or people appearing, from our past. And I think that we are in Mercury retrograde right now. So, when we are, it's quite often, it's quite common for people from our past, exes, things like that, to kind of pop up. For some of you, this could be coming up. You could be, maybe you were looking back, thinking about some action that was taken in the past, but, and we do have this movement card. So there might be some type of connection here between, returning to your childhood home, going back to traveling to somewhere where where people, like people from your past, maybe a reunion, reconnecting with old friends. For some of you, this could, have to do with going back to, in a relationship, like a happier time in the relationship. And even though you're moving forward, and the Chariot is a, very much of a forward movement card as the overall energy, we have this past, this, memories, nostalgia card as the future. So it's kind of like opposing almost energies. But I feel that they're kind of connected here. So whatever this past relationship or past, people from your past. There could be some movement or traveling, that has to do with those people or those relationships. For some of you, again, I'm getting the old flame, somebody from your past reappearing. So this could be, there could be, maybe news coming in. There could have been news from, an old flame that came in here. So somebody that you were in a relationship with. And, this, even though it's strange because this messenger of air, I never get this, I never get this message off of the card, but I think they're both kind of looking with the same look on their face. So this could be you just, thinking about, reminiscing, thinking about when you were with that person, which is, that's fine, but it's always good to keep in mind that, we tend to, when we look back on situations or things from the past, we tend to look at them like with glasses, like with emotion type glasses on, so rose-colored glasses, possibly remembering them as being, better than they actually were, the person being better than he or she actually was, or the relationship. It's that type of, so, just be careful. If this is somebody coming back, remember what they used to be like in the past, give them a chance to kind of show their true colors now, show who they are. But, you do have this Chariot card as the overall energy. So there is, there's victory, there's movement with this. And it's you being very much in control here, and so if you do, right, if there is some type of either getting back together, reconnecting with somebody from your past, this is you feeling very much in control, and you're only doing it because you really want to. So, which is, you're completely up to you. So this is, I think it's good that it's like this person isn't just kind of dropping out of the sky. If you do see them, it's because you're choosing to do it, right? And it looks as though, there's positive energy surrounding it, but there's definitely something to do with the past going on with the Six of Water card appearing. Now, the Express Your Love card, let me read you the full description for this one. Let me find it here. And this card says, hold on, trying to find it. Here we go. This card urges you to take the initiative in your love life. This may mean contacting someone to whom you're attracted and asking that person out on a date. It could also mean sending flowers, texts, or gifts to your beloved. As you express romance, these feelings pour through you. You actually become the biggest beneficiary of your romantic displays, as you enjoy how they make you feel to an even greater degree. The more you give love, the more you experience it. Of course, do make sure that you're also open to receiving the love that comes to you. And this, I think, it really, I think that ties in with this Chariot because, it's about you taking the initiative, right? And I was just saying about you taking control, and if you decide to contact this person, or, if it doesn't necessarily have to be somebody from your past, I mean, this could be a new person, but it's all about you taking the reins and you being in control, and you taking this initiative and going after whatever it is that you want here. So I do hope that these messages have helped you in some way, Gemini. I do appreciate you watching the video. I look forward to reading for you again. And just know that I'm sending you all much peace, love, and light for a wonderful rest of the month. Bye for now.